Today, I want to talk about financial habits. More specifically, habits that are keeping us broke, unable to save, unable to invest, and live our best financial life and achieve our long term financial goals. These are things that hold us back from our true potential with what we can do with our money. First is when we spend our money. We can spend way too much money without thinking about it. It's very easy to swipe a debit card or a credit card and just not keep track and just keep going and going and going. And in cases like this, you see the attractive marketing to buy now, limited time, and it's very hard to really tell yourself no in those instances sometimes to where you buy that shiny thing, whatever that might be. Other times it's unable to distinguish a want from a need. And being able to distinguish between both will help with delaying gratification and being able to plan out those purchases versus that impulse purchase that puts you into debt. When we spend too much money, it leaves us in a position to where we're saving too little. And when we're saving too little, we don't realize how much the overall interest costs are for them in full. And these are commonly situations that will leave us vulnerable for real emergencies when they pop up. When we save too little, it leaves us into a position where we would be vulnerable to taking on debt to handle those emergencies rather than paying for them in full in cash. And when we become reliant upon debt, it turns into a position to where we can end up using debt to pay on to other debt, and the debt keeps cycling and cycling and shuffling rather than being paid down in full as it should. Even with a consolidation, there's nothing wrong with a consolidation when it's used to truly get you out of debt. But commonly, it is used to help with maintaining the current standard of living that's gotten them into the debt in the first place and prolonging that debt. So instead of taking a shorter term and getting aggressive with the payments to be done, we extend that. And when we extend that term and that debt, that will turn into where the overall cost in the long run costs us way more than if we had took a shorter term and got aggressive and serious with the payments. This definitely sounds like it's very financial doom and gloom, and for some, essentially, they might not feel hope to be able to change their finances and could cause them to care very little about their financial future. Some people might be unaware that there's no room in their budgets for minor emergencies, and those major emergencies can absolutely kill your budget, and it would definitely cause difficulties for people who are in a paycheck to paycheck cycle. When we fail to plan for the future, we we will be unable to reach those long term dreams because we're too busy in the day to day rut of being stuck in this cycle of debt. Essentially, this will cause us to possibly go into different habits such as relying on other people to help us get ourselves out of those situations. Might turn to a parent, or a parent might turn to a child, or a spouse to a spouse, or even to a friend. What could turn into a one time thing would turn into a perpetual cycle. And now everyone's spinning their wheels and not getting as far as they need to due to relying on others heavily. And when we are stuck relying on essentially help that could not be sustainable, then that puts us into a position where we're not able to reach our financial goals and achieve true financial independence because we're stuck in the rut of survival. These are some of the simple habits that keep us broke in terms of the psychological aspect. Allow me to be able to highlight those different habits with more examples, such as buying the new buying the newest car with all the latest features at $40,000 plus at 13% APR, taking on that high yield personal loan that's charging you 20% to buy furniture that could have been also bought from a local thrifter, going into $500 of credit card debt for clothes at the store that could have been bought at a thrift store, or even clothes that could have been bought at a discount retailer. Even, like I mentioned earlier, of buying the national brand versus the store brand to be able to save on overall costs. These are just different habits that keep us from reaching our fullest financial potential. And whether we realize them or not, we need to be able to break those different habits in order to truly be able to flourish and build our future financially. Thank you for your time and hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.